Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Happy Sunday morning. The only way to start a Sunday morning is with a 14.1% gingerbread pie barley wine. So it's called GINGERDEAD, man. 2. The Passion of the Crust. That's awesome. So yeah, by Bacchus Brewing out of Brisbane. I've had quite a few beers of theirs recently on the channel, as you're aware. I think this is the last of what I've got in the fridge. Been holding off on it just because, yeah, obviously a big barley wine. Wanted to do it on the weekend. And, yeah, perfect beer to get the day started. So let's get it. Hope everyone's having a good weekend. I've got my Carwin Cellars glass. I didn't get the beers from there this time round. I got them direct from the brewery, but Carwin quite often have Bacchus's stuff. They're not readily available in Victoria. There's only sort of select stores that have them. Looking forward to it, though. Oh, man. I just cracked the can and it's about a metre away from my face and just the rich caramel smell. Oh, it's awesome. I think it's going to be very pastry-like. So I reckon they've aimed for that like pie crust feel. Looks pretty good. So colour, I'd say it's sort of like a dark amber, maybe slightly brown. It looks darker on the camera, but reality it's got like a red, more of a red tinge. One finger head. Carbonation's fairly active. I'd say medium body. The glass I thought was clean, but it's not. That's when you just swirl around a bit. It looks unreal when it's like the lacing sticking to the glass. Yeah, just looking at it top down, maybe more medium to full body. But yeah, the smell, like just near my face, is absolutely phenomenal. So let's go in. Whiff time. Get that nose ready. Wow, that is very desserty. Honestly, it's like when you go into a bakery and you smell all the pies just sitting there like uncooked. Ooh. So yeah, huge like pastry, creamy crust, biscuity sort of vibe. Also like sweet caramel. You're getting like a nutty character as well. Maybe some dried fruit. There's another smell I'm getting, but I can't put my finger on what it is. I reckon there's like some spice as well, like cinnamon or I mean, obviously you're getting ginger, but there feels like it's more of like an allspice. Oh, it smells so good. There's certainly not any like really rich, like dark fruit on the aroma. It could be there like from the malt on the taste. But yeah, because it's so like sweet and pastry forward, you're getting more of that aroma than the actual rich malt. It just smells like it's going to taste so good. So yeah, being Ginger Dead Man 2, they've obviously done the number one maybe a couple of years ago. And I heard that that one was all right, but this one's like far better. And just on aroma alone, I feel like, yeah. I just can't remember if I had the initial one. I think I did. There was a time there I drank quite a lot of Bacchus. Cheers, Clint. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, I was ordering a lot of Bacchus there for a while. But yeah, I sort of got to a stage where I was enjoying most of their dark stuff and like some of their lagers and that, but a lot of their new IPAs they were bringing out, they just weren't hitting it for me. And then they got to a stage where they were just pumping more of them out, and the other stuff sort of started falling behind. So I sort of stopped ordering. Cool, dude. That sort of sounds similar to what I'm drinking, just the whole pastry vibe. Yeah, this is based on a gingerbread pie. It's a massive barley wine, like English barley wine, and then yeah, they've pastryed it up to make it taste like a gingerbread pie. I haven't tasted it yet, but on smell, it's very nice. It's just awesome how they can emulate that like pie crust smell. It's it just makes me think of like a bakery, like when you first walk into a bakery door and you just get the aroma of like all the treats in front of you. So it's sort of got that vanilla vibe to it. I mean, you could all like as you mentioned there, custard. You could almost it's almost got that sort of custard vibe to it. I could just sit here and smell it for hours. Like it smells sweet, but like you know how sometimes stuff can be too sickly sweet? Like it's got that really sweet smell, but it feels like it's like a nice sweet. Yeah. Yeah, some barley wines can be pretty vicious. When they're done well, they're awesome. But yeah, there can be some bad ones as well. But yeah, the percentage is always worrying. Sometimes too, you can drink them and they don't feel like they're that boozy. And then you'll like get up to go to the toilet or get some food and you're like, wow. Anyway, I've got to stop smelling this thing and actually have a taste. And hope you're having a good weekend too there, Clint. Mine's been pretty cruisy. I had a few beers yesterday, but probably not as many as I thought I was going to. I ended up one of my sort of newer mates in the beer community from Cleveland, Ohio. I ended up hanging out with him on a live. He did his first ever live stream. He was just stuffing around, and yeah, we hung out together for the first time. That was good. It's always good to hang out with some new people. And then yeah, by the time that was over, and because I'd worked night shift all week, I was real tired. I got a good sleep last night. So anyway, time to sip. Looks pretty good. I'm going in. Cheers. Ooh. On the palate, very similar to the nose. Very sweet, very decadent, but not too much. However, it's that type of beer. I really enjoy it and I'm going to really enjoy drinking the whole thing, but I don't think you could have too many of them. It's got a very smooth and creamy mouthfeel. So yeah, I'm getting, it's more of like a sweet caramel. It's very rich flavour. Yeah, and you're getting like pastry vibes, like creamy sort of crust of like the layer of a pie. Ginger's there. It's not, the good thing about the ginger is it's not too fierce. It's just there sort of dancing around in the background. But yeah, as I said, I feel like it's like an allspice sort of thing. Like you're possibly getting some cinnamon, even like a touch of like nutmeg or something like that. And there's like a nutty vibe as well. I reckon they've utilised some sort of nuts in the brew. They quite often, like Bacchus use a lot of adjuncts in their dark beers, and yeah, they're known for using like walnuts and almonds and that sort of stuff, peanuts. Getting that sort of dried fruit vibe. Still none of the big, heavy dark fruit. But yeah, I feel like there's that sort of vanilla, lactose. They've nailed the brief with the whole crust thing. They've really killed it. I don't think this beer is barrel aged. I don't think it really needs to be. It's like pretty intense as it is. Yeah, it does have a good colour. It's actually more of a reddy tinge, dude. It just doesn't show up in the camera. But yeah, the mouth feels awesome. Like real sort of smooth, creamy. Um, it's probably high end medium as far as body goes. It's just one of those beers you just sort of want to savor, just sit and sip over like I just imagine on a cold night in front of a fire, this would be so unreal. It's like the opposite weather to what we're having at the moment. Although in saying that today's not that great. We've had a lot of rain overnight. I'm assuming the weather's pretty average where you guys are. So yeah, just that last sip then, that spice note really like carried on. Oh, it's a delightful beer. So this is the sort of stuff, and like the other dark beers I had from Bacchus, it's like I want to keep ordering dark beers from them, but yeah, I just they tend to like you to order like less often, but more volume. So like it's easier on them with postage and stuff, and they'll combine the beers together to give you a better price. And um, but yeah, I just when it comes to their hop forward stuff, I just can't get into it as much. Cheers, Stewie. I'm on a gingerbread pie barley wine, dude. It's big ABV. It is, what was it? 14.1%. Ginger Dead Man 2, The Passion of the Crust. Yeah, these guys are out of Brisbane, so up in Queensland, where the weather is fine. Yeah, it is a bit rocket fueling. But nah, the booze, you can tell the booze is there, but it's not like sometimes you'll have a beer like this and it's like, wow, that's intense. But yeah, it's I feel like it's well rounded. It's got huge pastry vibes, which sometimes I'm not all about, but this one's good. They've yeah, as I said, they've nailed the brief as far as like pie crust goes. So yeah, the warmer it gets and the more sips I'm having, the spice notes coming out more. So gingerbread instead of dancing around in the background, it's like he's moving more front and center stage, but it's still not that sickly gingerbread. Like it's good. As far as like a bready note goes, I am probably getting like a touch of like maybe brown bread. But yeah, obviously with a beer like this, it's huge with like your sweet and rich like caramel toffee. It's good. Very good. So yeah, the other beer I had from these guys that really impressed me was the Mocha, like a Belgian Imperial Stout. That was the one that I had on Beer Man show, all spun out. That was good, but it probably wasn't as good as other stuff I've had from them in the past. One beer that really sticks out I had from these guys that I absolutely frothed was they had a Samoa Stout, and it was a bourbon barrel aged impy stout based on Samoas, and it had vanilla marshmallow, like a sort of a similar vibe to this, like your biscuity pastry sort of vibe. It had like a little bit of smoked malt, but it also, I'm pretty sure, had some like a little dash of chili in it. And yeah, obviously chocolate with like a big roasty malt. Wow, that beer was absolute fire. I think at the time I gave it like a 4.8. It could have nearly got a 5. It was that good. So what's everyone's plans for the rest of the weekend? One thing I've been meaning to do, I keep forgetting about it, but I've got an old washing machine in the backyard and I want to like dismantle it and get the barrel, like the drum out of it because they're good for like when you want to have fires in the backyard. Just chucking the wood in them and get it going and sitting around it. Yeah, every time I go to do it, I'm like, I can't be bothered. I do have a week and a half off though coming up soon, so I'm sure I'll get it done then if I don't get it done in the next few days. Yeah, yeah. You wouldn't want to be working after this one. Now, normally when I come off night shift and the weekend just flies. Like, but one thing I did yesterday, and I think it helped, and I need to do it more often, is go to bed straight away after night shift, just for a smaller amount of time, and then just survive out the rest of the Saturday, even though real tired, and then try and just get a normal sleep Saturday night. It's just really hard to do. So yeah, it's obviously Sunday morning here now. I've got the whole day ahead of me, and then I don't go back to work till tomorrow afternoon. So yeah, I feel like I haven't wasted the weekend as much this time around. Aussie 50 is the YouTube channel. What channel? As in one to check out. I hung out with a fellow beer mate that I've just sort of got to know. I hung out with him. He did his sort of, he was just mucking around trying to do a live stream because he went to a mate's house and they got on the beers and the mate ended up having to go to bed and he was like sort of stuck there wanting to kick on. And yeah, he's just sitting out in his mate's shed, did a live and hanging out with him. It was good. Speaking of, he's Paul, that's one of his friends. I was hanging out with Anderson last night, dude. It's pretty funny. He's a good boy. And cheers to you, Paul. Hope you're doing well, mate. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I got him onto StreamYard because he was on Alex the Beer Masters, and him and him and TK must have been talking about me and trying to get me up on there just to hang out because I hadn't sort of shared a drink with them. And then I went to the effort to go on there. Like I got out of bed and everything. And then as soon as I got up there, some guy was like getting all deep about a funeral and all this stuff. And everyone just dropped off. And I'm just like stuck there, like, what the fuck are you doing? Why have you all left me? So I hung around and kept Alex company as you do. And then yeah, he kept trying to sort of want me to go live so we could hang out. And I'm like, I don't want to go live. Like, you could have a go of it if you want. And yeah, then all of a sudden he was fucking around with stuff, going live, but then stopping straight away. And I had to go to the supermarket to get supplies. And I seen how he kept trying to start streams, but then finishing. And then I just sent him a quick message saying, look, dude, I'll be home in 20 minutes. Get yourself onto StreamYard. That's what you need. And then link your YouTube account. And if you start a stream, I'll jump on. And yeah, it was like me and him just on the panel and Slurpee was in the chat. And yeah, it was pretty funny. I think now that he's got that one under his belt, he's probably going to do a heap of them. And you can like, you know how sometimes you just hang out with someone for like it's only early days. I've only just met him, but we just had that like good vibe where you know you'd get on well with them in real life. Yeah, but yeah, this barley wine, very very nice. So it's got those huge caramel, like sweet caramel, rich, like that. It's like the backbone, and then you've got a slight touch of bread. Yeah, to emulate the pie crust. It's slightly biscuity as well. There's some vanilla. Um, I dare say there's a touch of lactose. It's got that like real nice, smooth and creamy mouthfeel, like high end medium body. I can't remember what nuts are in it, but there's got to be something like pecan or some shit like that, walnut. Um, yeah, the spice wasn't there so much in the beginning, like it was there sort of in the background, but then it like as you drank it more, it like stood out more. But yeah, very very nice. It's got sort of like a dried, almost like a sultana raisin sort of vibe to it. I'm sure I can look it up, Stewie. It's almost like you're desperate for me to check this channel out. But yeah, they've really nailed the brief with the pastry pie crust sort of thing. And yeah, the sort of beer I'm really enjoying. Um, just sipping on it slowly, letting my Sunday sink in. And now I'm probably going to keep, I don't know, about a third or a half of the can to sort of just slowly sip on later on. I've got a Mountain Culture Westie I'm going to drink next. Back to Cali. Very good beer, that one. But yeah, I'm not sure what I'm doing next, but I'm definitely going to be around. Apparently, Geordie was real drunk last night. Surprise, surprise. They're like, oh, he bounces back real quick. It's like, yeah, because he doesn't fucking do anything. Does he work? No. And he's like real young. I'm sure if I was in my 20s and just mooched off my parents and didn't work, I'd be able to bounce back from stuff in a heartbeat. I don't know how all these people can afford to drink all the time when they don't work. The government. I reckon a score for this one is going to be somewhat high. I'm going to say a 4.6. That warming sensation now is brilliant. As I said, on a winter night, sitting in front of a fire, this beer would be absolute bliss. I'm just looking at it now. It's like sitting in front of me here. It's like, but yeah, on the camera, it didn't show that reddy tinge it's got. Just sitting here in front of me with the light behind it. It's definitely I'd say like a dark amber, whereas in my camera, it looked more of like a brown. No, Alex is the beer master. I hung out with Alex yesterday. He's a good boy. I love him. We were talking about police academy and what was he telling me? Oh, he was telling me about Walker, Texas Ranger, and all this other stuff. And he's like our beer community mascot. We all get around him, and yeah, he's the sort of fella. If anything happened to him, like one of us would be there in a heartbeat. I love the man. People take advantage of him too. Like I can't stand when yeah someone has like a slight disability and people either take advantage of him or talk to him like shit. He's like certainly not stupid. He's quite intelligent. Like you talk to him about history of stuff, and yeah, he's like very knowledgeable. He just had a mishap when he was born that just caused whatever's going on with his brain as he's got older. But yeah, might be time to wrap this bad boy up. And shout out to Alex the Beer Master too. Hope you're well, brother. Yeah, he did a stream yesterday and had a shitload of people on there. He's a good boy. Slurpy, long time no see, brother. Good boy. You're celebrating retirement. It's good to have you in yesterday, dude, when me and Anderson were on it. It's cool though, like, yeah, you'll hang out with certain people in the beer community and you've only just got to know them, but then they've known people that you've known for ages. And it's like, it's cool how it all comes together. And that's what it was like yesterday. Like, I've only just got to meet him and yeah, we get on pretty well. And then, like, you could tell that you and him have known each other for ages. And yeah, and I've like known you through like the UK beer community. Like, yeah, it's cool how it works. When worlds collide. So yeah, I'm just wrapping it up. It was the Ginger Dead Man 2, The Passion of the Crust. It's like a gingerbread pie barley wine, 14.1%, big boy. And yeah, I've scored it 4.6 out of 5. It's very, very nice. So I'm off to a good start for my Sunday morning. I think I'm going to have to get some food into me before I start kicking on. And yeah, if anyone's like going live or hit me up, let me know what's going on. I'll be about. There might be another review later on, perhaps, but yeah, as far as my channel goes, I've got a week and a half coming up halfway through next week. In that time, I'm going to be doing a couple of trips. So whether I can do anything out in the road, I don't know. But yeah, I'll be bringing some beers home anyway and enjoying myself. But yeah, there'll be hopefully plenty of good beer reviews. And because December is coming up, my Advent boxes start. So I'll be doing daily reviews of those. So in December, boys and girls, I'll probably be doing like 3 reviews a day. It's going to be interesting. But yeah, most of those beers are hype. So yeah, it's going to be a good time. But I think I want to take a break in January. But yeah, so thanks for chiming in. And hello there to Ghost. Just joined as I'm wrapping up. Hope you're well, brother. We'll probably share a beer soon. Cheers. I'm out of here. Thanks for chiming in, guys, and see you on the next.